Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about the Rcharlance or Rcharlance, I don't even know how to pronounce it, BNF quadcopter that's found on Banggood. Now yesterday I uploaded the video, I think it was yesterday, I uploaded the video saying it could be, okay, the ultimate FPV or BNF bind and fly drone in the market, or plug and play, whatever. Now I was just saying the theories why I think it could be and what could make or break this whole quadcopter before flying it, and today I finally got around to flying it and I put quite a few lipos in there until I ran out of props basically. So let's talk about this. Well, first of all, let's discuss why I said what I said before. Well, it's using some proper 4-in-1 ESC. Now on the Banggood posting, I didn't notice this, on the Banggood posting it has a shitty ESC on the posting itself. So I contacted Banggood and people are telling me, oh, you replaced the ESC. How dumb would I be to fucking replace an ESC and come here and show you, oh yeah, this is a different ESC. This is a second batch, because I guess the first batch had a shitload of problems. The second batch, they're using a proper ESC. So the Tico 32 4-in-1 V1 that I've done all the testing for. This is from Airbot. It's the same exact capacitor array. And this, in theory, should have performed well. And it did. And we'll get into the video in a little bit. Now, for flight controller, it's using an F4 flight controller, soft-mounted gyro, basically a Hakcrc V2. That's what it's basically using. It's just not called a Hakcrc. And, oh my god, you're such a supporter of clones. These cannot be cloned, okay? These are not cloned. These are rebranded. And again, rebranded, okay? Now, frames, yes, there's clones, but this is not a clone. These are all rebrandings. They're OEM products. They go to the manufacturer and say, hey, I want it under my name. Okay. And that's it, you get it under your name. That doesn't make it a fucking clone, okay? So get your story straight before you go off about clones. So that's one thing. The camera is possibly a clone of Runcam. And yeah, if they get it cheaper, I'd take one. I don't have a problem with that. And I'm 90% of the people out there would do that as well. Anyways, it's all from the same manufacturer. Some just don't want the name on it. It's kind of like the AKK issue, or back then there was a little issue, and I think it's still going on, where with Ready Made RC or someone like that. I forgot who it was, but supposedly, you know, they had an idea. They told AKK, because AKK is the manufacturer, and then AKK did it for them. And then after a while, they said, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna also sell it under my own name since I am the manufacturer, and that created a big problem. But you see, these are the manufacturers. So basically, this is the manufacturer for Runcam, and then they just made one with no name, and then they sold them for cheap, you know? So that's what really happens here most of the time. All right, VTX I thought was a piece of crap here. So when I was flying it, in the beginning it was pretty good, and then after a while I just kept thinking it's on the wrong channel. I was losing video feed. But what happened is, when I first started flying this, air mode was not turned on. And when I went to go turn it on, basically I moved this here and I plugged in my USB, but this somehow came loose and popped off. It's not a very good connection, so you got to take that into consideration. The little SMA VTX thing, you keep checking it here. So that, I don't know, maybe yours might not be, but this one was the first issue I had with this. And it didn't even burn. I had it like set to 600 milliwatts. It was still broadcasting with no antenna, and it didn't even burn. That's just crazy. And maybe I tried to fly like 4 lipos, which was over 15 minutes, but on and off basically. But yeah, I had a couple 3-minute flights with no antenna basically flying this guy. The VTX held up just fine. It's still working beautiful. So ESC telemetry is connected. You do get temperature, but I have no idea what the hell you're getting temperature of. And you also get the VTX is completely configurable through the Betaflight OSD. However, what you have to do in the beginning, change obviously the modes. I completely changed out the modes to the way I want them. And I've gone ahead and added what is it, air mode. Air mode is very important, because when you let go of the throttle and you like just free falling, it'll start doing like weird things like this. So yeah, make sure you have air mode turned on. I'll probably show you here a video of that down here, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, overall, how did this one fly? It flew spectacular. And what do I mean by spectacular? Well, it has a sensitive gyro on board. However, it comes pre-set up as 8K. You can push it more. However, I didn't. I set it up in the beginning 8K 4K. No, actually no, I kept it 8K. I was gonna change it to 4K. 8K, and it flew phenomenal. It flew beautiful. And then I ran out of props, and then I started getting oscillations because of these props, obviously. If you could see those, they took a pretty damn big speed, and these are the last set I had because I forgot to bring all of them. Oh yeah, and there's also another thing you need to take note of with this quadcopter. I would highly recommend, it's the motors. By the way, the motors were pretty damn efficient. I was very surprised. I almost got around 4 minutes of flight time with this, which is really, really nice. And the power was there, not as much as like a T-motor F40s or F60s, but this is like the mid-range. It's a very good motor, that's all I can tell you. It flew phenomenal. It doesn't feel like it's cheap construction, and I don't care what anybody says. Now there is something what is very annoying about these motor, which are the prop nuts. I had 2 of them keep constantly getting loose, and the way you know they're getting loose is if you're trying to pull throttle and you hear this weird squeaking sound, that means you have a loose prop. So sometimes you might not feel it, but under load it'll actually slip and make that little squeaking noise. So I had to tighten them maybe three times. I probably had to tighten them 3 times throughout the day. They got loose. So that's something to take note of. I'd highly recommend you replace the nuts for the motors there. Okay, so what else is there? Noise. There was no noise. There was a slight bit of noise towards the end of the day. Basically, when I had these basically start making oscillations, but it's not that bad noise. I don't know how the DVR footage, I haven't looked over the DVR footage, but it's not bad to make you go crazy. It's just that acceptable level, like if you just said it's whatever. It's that kind, doesn't really affect your flying. That's the kind of noise it was. Overall, it was actually really good. It was really, really good. It performed very well. It felt very smooth. I really did enjoy it. And I'd actually recommend this hands down. So yeah, back to my point. The V1 of these, I talked to Banggood. The there was a V1. I guess there was a V1. I don't know. I got the V2 or second batch. They had the older Typhoon 32 ESCs, which were the crap ESCs that I said and I've talked about before. But here, take a look. They actually have set up basically a Tico 32 in here, which is just, you know, it'll dictate how it's going to fly because it has sensitive gyro in here. We could boost it up to 32k. You know, I don't know if we can go up to 32k. I don't know if anyone's ever done it just yet, but you can go up to 32k, and then you're obviously gonna have to do a lot of tuning possibly. But here, 8k flew phenomenal. I haven't pushed it to 16k. I'll probably push it to 16k, but I'm super happy with 8k. But I will push it to 16k for the channel for everybody to know. But overall, around 20 lipos, I think. Oh no, 19-ish, 18 and a half-ish lipos in here. I really did enjoy it. Actually, I stopped flying the frogs and I kept flying this one. It just felt very nice in the air. The motors were very responsive. I really did enjoy them. They're pretty quick. It was fairly light on my battery. However, I think if I turned on dynamic filtering, dynamic filter doesn't come turned on, but if I turned on dynamic filtering, I truly believe I wouldn't have had oscillations towards the end with these messed up props. I truly believe that, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I didn't even go try it. I'm just having so much fun with it. So overall, you know, camera was pretty good. I didn't have any issues with the camera. I didn't feel latency. I flew today a run cam. I was testing, and I could actually notice the latency on it, and I really didn't like it. And I'll have that in a separate video coming up. But overall, I don't see that you can absolutely go wrong with this. It's like 170 bucks, and I truly believe this is the ultimate budget premium-ish BNF quad. You could probably purchase other ones, but from my testing, because I've gotten a couple other ones like this one, remember this one? I still haven't made the update video. The VTX is broken. I haven't even had time. I went to put it down, about to fly everything. I booted it up. I was like, what the hell, there's no video feed. The VTX won't even turn on. So yeah, some of these lately are just absolutely trash, and you know, you find a hit every once in a while, and I am very satisfied, very happy, and I'd highly recommend this for anyone if they wanted to get into this hobby. This is a very good starting drone, really good actually starting drone. You get very nice components in there, and just, you know, if you're unsure, contact Banggood, tell them I want the second batch like drone mesh, or you know, this is what I said. I told them, what the hell, you know, I received like this, and people are saying that I replaced it, but they said no, the other one was terrible because they had shitter ESC, a lot more noise, sensitive gyro, don't really get along, so they had to put a proper ESC in the V2 because obviously Rcharlance is working with Airbot here. And then they probably went back to Airbot, and Airbot said, okay, we'll replace them with these. These are the virgin ones. Probably Rcharlance took all the V1s, and now you know, whatever was left but in Airbot, and the V2s everyone else started taking. So this one kind of started removing the stock of the V1s. But even though the V1s were absolutely phenomenal, and I really love them. I think I have like 3 left, but those are mine. If anyone really wants one of the V1s, just email me, but I'll probably just sell one of them because I really love them. And yeah, the reason was these capacitors right there. If you take a look, these were popping off when you're screwing the standoffs in place. That's one thing. And some other people saying the ESC, somehow the EMI, electromagnetic interference, was freezing the microcontroller unit on flight controllers. I've never seen that. It never happened to me. So I don't know what was up with that. And that's why they put, I guess, that copper shielding on the V2s now. And then they reduced the amount of caps, but they increased their size so they can, I guess, remove these from the edges here on the newer ones. So yeah, I guess that's what they did. But overall, the frame flew nice. It felt very good in the air. It was actually tuned. This thing was tuned. It wasn't just stock Betaflight. They actually had, you know, tuning sessions, I guess. It was pre-tuned. And I'm actually gonna, I did a little bit of modifications. I'm gonna leave the dump, my CLI dump of this down in the as a link, I guess, down below. So if you wanted, if you ever gonna purchase this, you can go ahead and check that out. It has my rates though, and it has the way I set up the modes, but you could change those. But overall, over the overall two little tunings and little modifications I did, you can go ahead and use them. And obviously I had a GoPro, so your tune might feel a little bit different, but it flew phenomenal. I was very happy, and it didn't disappoint. I want to keep it as a backup quad because it was just an overall good quadcopter. The motors were absolutely phenomenal. They weren't hot towards the end, and the power was fully there, and it's premium. Just change out the motors, you change out the performance. That's all you got to do with this guy. And just keep constantly double checking your VTX. Maybe mine is a little bit loose than usual. It holds, but it's not as strong as other ones. So yeah, so take that into consideration. That's where I had one issue. And what you're gonna have to do is also tighten your SMA port here. Mine was loose, so that was creating also problems. Just tighten the screw that's holding the SMA port into place right there, and you'll be good to go. And I didn't have to do anything physical to this, and it was a good one. It was a really good one. I'd highly recommend it. And I'm gonna keep flying it, and we're doing some FPV freestyle vids throughout the channel, so you can constantly see its updates and everything. And yeah, that's it, guys. So I'm gonna leave you guys with the FPV video feed, video footage with the FPV video feed, so you guys check it out, see if you like it, see what's up. But overall, it flew phenomenal, and I had a great time with it, and that's all I could really say. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Now we'll see you next time. See you guys. Take care.
I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky, drink some margaritas by string of blue lights, listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky, drink some margaritas by string of blue lights, listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me?